Man, what's up, everybody? This is life.
What it do, y'all? It's your boy, Young Swallow.
And this is Adrian.
And this is Just Do the Damn Thing podcast.
Do the damn thing, do the damn thing, yeah. Do the damn thing, do the damn thing, yeah. Do the damn thing, do my damn thing. I'ma do my damn thing. I'ma do.
Man, welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Just Do the Damn Thing podcast. Right now, we're getting into the product of the week. The product of the week is the classic OMG logo tee. There's only one color. So it's originally $30.99, brought it down to $25.99. So go ahead and go to www.theomgbrand.com, hit the button that says clothing, and just do the damn thing.
Let's get it.
Sir,
All
so
right,
what are
guys.
we getting into, Suelo?
Yes, sir. So we're tapping in. We're on episode 45. Guys, we do want to apologize for last week. We had some technical difficulties. We tried going live. We were here for you guys, but unfortunately, technology had another plan for us. So here we are with you guys for episode 45. Today's topic, we have a question. The question is art created for personal or public consumption? So I'm going to start it off with Life. Go ahead and start us off. Joe, what do you think?
So for me, I think it's both. For me, a lot of my art, sometimes I wish I could just keep it for myself because it's like I don't feel like presenting how I feel to the public at certain times, but
Right.
I need to get it out. And
Okay.
so like my art, like my music, and sometimes like I have music that I have never ever released, and it's just like for me. And some of the songs were trash. You know? So,
Right there with you.
so I'm like, nah, I'm not putting that out at all. It was like, but it did mean something at that particular
Right.
time. It's even with some of my drawings that I've done in the past have never come out because it was just something that I felt at the moment. I actually don't even have those drawings anymore. I wish I still did, but I used to draw a lot of like, different things like anime stuff and, dreams of designing stuff for big companies and stuff like that when I was a
okay.
kid.
Oh, all right.
But yeah, so but then I'm like, on the flip side, I have stuff that I'm like, the public needs to hear this. Like,
All
it
right.
needs to happen. My art needs to come out for the public consumption. People probably feel the same way, and I feel like this would be geared towards those niche people that need to hear that particular message
Okay.
or see this particular message. 'Cause, I draw as well, so yeah.
Right.
So yeah, I think it's really for both. It really depends on who the person is. For me, some people may only want to do art just personally. Like they don't really care about selling it. They don't care about showing it to the public. They don't care about public status. They don't
Right.
care about how other people feel about it. So they're just like, this is just for me.
Right.
And others is like, I can't wait to show the whole world everything of the sun. So that's
Right.
kind of how
So
I feel about
I
it.
have a question for you then, because earlier you had mentioned that you don't want to put some stuff out. You want to keep it to yourself, but you do put it out. Why do you put it out then? If that goes against what you're feeling inside.
Well, why would I put it out?
Yeah. If you said that you don't want to put it out, but you do put it out,
But
why?
I never have that instance where I don't want to put it out.
Oh,
I do.
is that what he
No,
just said
no,
earlier, or am I
I was saying,
tripping?
I was saying
They
that
have stuff that he
I have
doesn't wanna
stuff
put out, that
haven't
he
put out,
doesn't.
and I'm not going to. Is what
Oh,
I
It's trash or
it
he
was
doesn't
trash.
like it.
Okay,
It was also
okay,
some of
okay.
it wasn't trash, but some of it was just like this particular thing is supposed to be for me. So
Okay.
there, I don't think I've ever had a situation where I didn't want to put it out and I put it out anyway.
Right.
The only time that kind of happened was the song I made for my mom. But,
okay.
That's on my first album that I ever
Yeah.
created.
See, I could see a
So-
song like that being super personal and not putting out, not showing
Yeah.
anybody, but like your wife or your dad or
Exactly.
family or something. You know.
In fact, I actually do have a song that I created for my wife, and I haven't technically put it out to the public. Like it's on SoundCloud.
And I was gonna
but
say, I think I've heard it.
It's
so-
on SoundCloud.
All right.
but
okay. So it is out.
it's out, but like no one knows about it. Like I don't
Oh, okay.
promote it at all. I don't
Right,
even
right.
talk about it.
But it is still
but
out,
it's still
though.
out there. So
Yeah.
I mean, if you guys go to my SoundCloud, you'll hear the song I made for my wife. It will be on a future album.
Yeah.
I just need to find the perfect album for that particular song because this song means a lot. So it's
Yeah,
gonna
which-
definitely be my best album. of
I
that
have
year.
a song just like that. I made a song for my wife too. She was my girlfriend at the time, and same thing. I created it for her. Like I made my own disc. I had the label printed out, put it on the disc myself, and everything. And I put it out, but like you did, I just uploaded it once, and then just didn't like share it or anything. Might have shared it once, but it was mostly just for her. Like that's all I cared about.
Wait, was that the one that you had?
That's the one that I had
that
you,
you had me design something
do
for?
the
The
yeah
disc. The
yeah
disc
yeah exactly
part.
yep
Okay,
yep
okay,
yeah
yeah,
exactly
all right.
yeah. So I got the disc label
Some
printed,
art
put it
that
on the
I did not
disc.
put out.
Yeah, exactly. He just did the cover art. I put it out, but yeah. So yeah, I definitely relate to that where you like make a song for a particular person and you don't really care if the world hears it, but you just want that certain person to hear it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that was
Mm.
for the ears of my significant other. But it's an amazing song. Shout out to Lamont Starr. He destroyed the hook for me. I
Mm-hmm.
literally just said, "Here's the concept. Here's the name of the song. Go for it." And I was
Oh,
like,
he wrote it and everything?
blown away. Yeah, he wrote
Oh,
it and everything.
dope.
Yeah, and then he sang the last verse of it, and it was dope. Yeah, so that's
Sick. Okay, what about you, Adrian? What's your opinion on this art topic?
Well, I do agree that it could be both. However, I'm gonna challenge you guys because you guys are artists.
Yeah, please.
If you don't ever put it out, can you actually call yourself an artist? Because going by definition,
Go on. Uh-huh.
art is expression or application of human creative skill and imagination, and in it says to be appreciated primarily for their beauty or emotional power. So if no one actually can appreciate your art or say, I've seen his human imagination or skill
Uh-huh.
displayed, can you actually say definitively that you were
But
an artist?
let
Or
me-
can you
let me
call
say-
yourself an artist?
Let me say something
Right.
to that.
Okay,
So,
let's do it.
so the definition you just wrote or read, the definition you just read, it says for appreciation, but it doesn't say who has to appreciate
That's
it.
what I was gonna say too.
Like,
Okay.
I can
Who-
appreciate it myself without
Yeah.
anybody else appreciating it.
But it's kind
I
of like,
made
can you
it.
call a duck if it doesn't quack and have feathers? You know what I mean? If you can't prove that, you can say that, well, I appreciate my own art, so therefore I'm an artist.
Okay.
But can you present that as a title to other people?
So you're saying like, can you approach a group of people and say I'm an artist, and they'll be like, all right, cool, show me. No, I can't show you.
Because I don't
It-
show my
Well,
art.
Yeah, I don't show
that's
my
totally
art. It's for
different.
me.
No, that's what I mean.
No, yeah,
Oh,
that's
okay.
yeah.
I
that's
didn't
what I mean.
realize. I
Yeah.
didn't realize that's what you
So
meant.
if no one can appreciate your skill, like,
Right. If you
like
can't
if you
prove
have a
you're an
Van Gogh and you have a painting and you just like, well, nobody looks at my stuff, but I am an artist though.
Yeah, I'm an artist. Just nobody has ever seen any
Like I'm a
piece of art of
carpenter,
mine.
but you can't
yeah,
see
yeah.
me build no furniture,
most of those-
Like, or
most
you
of
never
those
see my
people-
furniture. I bet.
I would think most of those people wouldn't even announce that they were artists. They would
Right.
just-
Well,
Yeah.
that's why
So-
no, but I'm asking you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Could you say that?
No, I understand that. I could not say I'm an artist to the public and not have
not
any
sh-
art to back it up.
So that's
It's
why
kinda
I
like,
am
So then that's
arguing
what kind of
your
answers the
stance.
question
Yeah.
that you kind of do have to make it for public consumption.
At least
only
to
if,
an extent.
Only if it's
Yeah.
the part where that particular scenario. Because the other scenario is you can be an artist yourself and not publicly
Put out
announce-
everything? Is that
No,
what
no,
you're saying?
not publicly
Well, that doesn't
announce
make-
at all that
but
you're
that
an
would-
artist.
to-
And
okay.
everything you create is only for your appreciation.
But
So
okay,
you're not gonna announce. No one knows that you're an artist.
Oh,
no
okay, as
one
long as you
is-
don't
you're
announce
not
it.
so you're a
announcing it
secret
as-
artist.
Yeah,
Right,
Like Secret
okay.
Squirrel, you're not
Okay.
really a detective.
because
You're
it
a
doesn't.
squirrel,
'cause even in that,
but nobody
even
knows
in
you're a
that-
detective.
Even
You
in
know?
that definition, it doesn't say public has to appreciate or
Could you
other
be
people. It could say
satisfied with
yourself.
being an artist that way?
Some people could.
I'm asking
It's-
both of you guys, by the
Oh.
way. You didn't answer.
Me, so to answer the first part of your question, like, could you call yourself an artist if the public doesn't know that you're an artist?
Or is never seen or appreciate what they call human skill or imagination. 'Cause That's what
Right.
it is, right?
Right.
It's a skill to be a rapper.
Yeah.
It takes imagination to write songs.
Honestly, wait, what was the question again?
So could you announce? Could you say
Right.
definitively to people that
you're-
is your?
No, you can't. If you announce it and you tell people that you are an artist,
Yeah.
then you have to show your art. You know what I mean?
To some extent,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, exactly.
I
To
understand
some
keeping
extent.
some things to yourself.
Yeah, right.
But if you never put up art for public consumption, then how can you make that your title?
Yeah,
It's like
exactly.
you're a carpenter, but you never make furniture.
Right.
I guess you can
I
make
see
it
that,
for,
right? Like,
you know
I'm
what
a
I'm saying?
carpenter, and it's like, where's your furniture?
No, I don't do that. Like what? But then I also challenge Joe when you're saying,
Uh-huh.
well, you know, like you could call your artist yourself, but what is that satisfying, or
Right, is
would
that
that be?
To me, it would not be satisfying. I have to share it with people.
To me, it wouldn't be satisfying, but we're not everybody.
No,
There's
to be
art
a
people-
Well, I know that's what I'm asking you guys, because
Yeah.
you guys are
Yeah,
artists
she's just
here.
asking
To
us-
me,
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
I don't
opinion.
feel myself. I don't call myself that, but because I don't. I mean, I can organize. Does that count? Anyway, but yeah. So like, if you didn't put out art, because what you're saying, you can make art for yourself and not call yourself an artist to other people because you're not showing them your art. But I don't feel it. It just seems like it's not bragging, but to say you're an artist, to be able to create something, doesn't that have meaning behind it or some type of
Right.
substantial, you know what I mean? Weight to it to say, I make music. Because
Right,
it's
right.
not a skill people have. Like, give me a track and next year I might have a song for you. It might take me a while. But like that's not something people can do. So
Right.
it's like, I don't see how people would want to, I'm a secret artist. Like it just
Right.
doesn't seem, I mean,
So
maybe somebody
so
is
kind of
doing
like
it.
what you're saying, like what's the point? Kind of also would you say that?
Would you
Like,
even-
what's the point of creating the art? You know, if you
that
don't
no
ever-
one else can appreciate.
Yeah, no one else
Again,
can
going back to
appreciate.
the
Yeah.
appreciate.
Uh-huh.
But yourself, because then, I mean, I guess there's a thing of self-satisfying, like, okay, I know I
Right.
made this, I'm good with it, nobody else has to ever see it, I'm happy that I expressed myself.
I think it's also like
But
the
there's a-
situation. I think it's like the situation I just said. Like some of the art that I don't put out, it is for my own
I get that.
satisfaction, and
I get that.
appreciation. Like I made it specifically because I wanted to release something. Really, like art is also like therapeutic.
Yeah, I was just
Right.
gonna say
So,
that
like-
too. That was gonna be my next question.
Yeah.
So-
Why do you create art?
Yeah. For me, it's like art. The things that I do is therapeutic. It's releasing. Like I can't. Like sometimes I'm afraid to have a one-on-one conversation with somebody about a certain topic, but for some reason I will freely say it on a song.
Yeah.
And then just
Okay.
release it, because I don't have to actually have that conversation necessarily. I can dance around that conversation.
Oh,
today,
I see what you're saying.
but-
Right.
But they heard the message.
Right.
But I don't have
Same.
to actually have
Okay.
the conversation to that
Yeah.
to anybody about
So
that message.
the next, so I'm challenged. That's why I picked this topic.
No, I like it. Go on.
Yeah, go
Oh, did you want to answer why you create art?
Oh,
It's also therapeutic.
why? Yeah, it is definitely therapeutic, and I feel like it. I think I'm spreading knowledge. If I'm not, then then I'm not to you. But I feel like I'm spreading knowledge and trying to help people and try to spread a message
Yeah,
and
yeah.
help people see things in a different angle and have a more positive approach to the world.
Okay,
Yeah.
so I guess my next question is, would you guys just be satisfied with that? That's it. Like, would you be satisfied with only spreading knowledge and therapy being what becomes of your art?
Would I be fine with just that? Like not like
Yeah,
making
not a
money
monetary
and stuff like
gain
that?
or anything,
Yeah.
yeah.
Honestly, I've been doing it for 10 years now, and if I wasn't, I would have stopped a long time ago.
So
Exactly.
to wrap all this back
You
up,
know.
it was a bow for me. Is to say I think that answer and the other two is what would determine the answer to the question of should art be for public consumption. If the goal is eventually for monetary gain, then you cannot make art for you have to be for
Right,
public
right. It has to
consumption.
be. Yeah.
Because the whole part is to make money. And then that means I don't know, but you guys can answer this better too. It may not be self-expression anymore, but expression of what the public might want. I think that also happens probably after a
Right.
while, right?
No,
Because
yeah,
now the
I was gonna
goal
answer
is
that
for
with
people.
my-
Oh, okay, sorry.
No. Go ahead.
But
It's fine.
so I think art should be for public consumption. Yes, I do think there should be a layer of I can make things for me just to get this out, because sometimes it might be a F her, she broke my heart, and I not want that to come out. I don't know, but I think also, and this is a big old societal thing, society breaks down without some type of creative imagination skill set in it. And if everybody thought like that, like, well, I'm gonna make art for me and nobody can ever see it,
Right.
does art even exist? You know what I mean? Like,
Right. Well, yeah, I mean, if nobody sees it, then it doesn't exist. Right. But I don't think like the society as a whole would fall apart
Jesse was like, he wants to put something in
because
there.
Yeah, no, because I'm saying I don't think society would fall apart as a whole, like if there's no art, because as long as
Okay, I
you're-
guess I should say it would become very robotic.
yeah,
The word
Yeah.
that's not the word I want to say, but that's the word I'm thinking.
it would be more than what it is now, because with you expressing yourself to your art, because remember, all of our lives, our world is all in here. You know what I mean? So as long as you're expressing your art and you're learning and you're growing with yourself, with your own art, that doesn't mean you're going to be a robot just because you don't show anybody. You're still growing as a person, just you're not showing your growth. You're not showing your process
Oh,
to
see,
other
Jess
people.
agrees with me. I think for art to continue to thrive and be an important part of human
Right.
life, it has to be.
And
to a
to that,
extent made
I do agree
public,
for sure.
For public
Yeah, with
consumption.
that, I do agree.
Because otherwise it crumbles. The cookie crumbles with that.
Yeah.
that.
It's gonna be much
And-
more bland, much more boring. Yeah. I
Yeah,
would
and
agree with
then
that statement though.
Yeah, because you think about how many people you guys inspire to also express themselves
Right.
and put out what they think and how they feel.
Yeah, yeah.
But I think what also happens is there's a line of public consumption becomes for what the public wants. You know what I
Which
mean?
taps into
Which is the
to-
monetary
into,
thing.
Into
I'll
my
let you go
point
ahead.
is that there's some people that create art solely for public consumption. There are some people that aren't expressing themselves. It's not therapeutic to them by any means. They're simply creating the art for public consumption for monetary gain.
Do you
make
feel
money.
like that happens
Yeah.
when you find if you make that your goal? I'm guessing that's what happens, right? When your goal is, I'm expressing myself, but I also want to make money off of it.
Right.
You think once you cross that line of I want to make money off of this, that's where like the doors open
No,
now,
well,
or you think that you could have a balance?
yeah, that's what I was going to say. I think for sure the greatest artists ever like found that balance. You know what I mean? Found that expressing themselves in a certain way blended with what the public wants, and it just meshed to great art, and it was sustainable, and they were very successful monetary and personally.
Here's what I say to that is, since art is self-expression,
Not always, but
not always, but since a lot of the time it is self-expression,
right.
when you're making art, you have to always know that we are not the only people that think like that. So even though our art is for ourselves, maybe
Right.
like we want to just express how we feel,
Yeah.
doesn't mean that that's not what the public wants. Because the
Yeah.
public
No,
wants it.
I know
The public
that.
wants it,
Yeah.
I get that,
regardless
but I'm
of what is
saying
out there.
Yeah.
I think once money becomes the reason
that
that it starts to become not
Right.
necessarily art anymore.
and
at
you're
its
doing it
core.
solely for public consumption.
Yeah, because now you're not doing what you necessarily want if you're saying self-expression,
Right.
or what you feel you should do. You're doing what people will buy.
Or like, let's say if you express yourself to a point where like you like outgrew that, and like what do you talk about now? Do you know what I mean? Do you start talking about what other people want to hear, and then or let's say you don't do that, you start expressing something different about yourself, and that doesn't hit as good as your other stuff did.
Yeah.
So then now you have to start changing it to doing what the public wants. So I could see it coming from that.
But for me, like I just said, for me, when I'm making music, I'm only making music through the eyes of what I feel.
Right.
So I'm never going to change how my music is.
But the good thing is that's because your goal is for self-expression of you said therapy.
No, but it is. But
and-
it's also like, but I would like to make money out of it, is what I'm trying to say.
Right,
So
right.
even though I would like to make money out of it, I already know that I'm already going to make money out of the people that resonate with my self-expression.
Right.
And sometimes people
And that's
don't
enough for me.
appreciate. I mean, there's plenty of times when things have come out, or songs have come out, or things, and then 10 years later, like people will go back and be like, "Man, remember this? Like nobody was hitting on this, and now all of a sudden it's a trend or whatever."
Right.
You know what I mean? And so that happens a lot.
I think that's the normal thing. Like most songs don't hit until like 5 years after it's
Yeah.
made.
Yeah. I know, and then with like the social media right now tries to make it seem that it's not that way, because they always think it's the next popping song, like the next day there's a new song out, whatever. But a lot of the songs that like trend were songs that were made a long time ago. People making them short clips of the videos. It's like songs
It's a
from the
process.
90s, 2000s, whatever. Yeah.
But yeah, so I don't know if I think I did answer that. I think art should be made for public consumption. But I do think it's okay to keep some things to yourself. But I think if you're going to call yourself an artist, if that's the title you're going to give yourself,
Right.
you have to make art for public consumption.
Okay.
Now, does it mean that you have to be happy with what you don't have to make the public happy necessarily, because I think that's where you cross the line and now you're just doing what they want and not what you feel or what you think you should do.
Which
and just to know that as an artist, like you
Which
guys
is that
mentioned,
balance that we're
that
talking
you're
about.
just know that as an artist, no one may like you now, and then what's that Mike Jones back then?
Back then they didn't want me, now hot they all on me.
Might be that way. I'm just saying.
No,
That just might be
real. And from what I've seen, like a lot of artists with their advice to people is like, stay true to yourself, stay down to what you're doing, and eventually it's gonna resonate.
Real quick, if you guys remember the damn phone number of the Mike Jones song, put it in the damn comment. That shit is hilarious.
Wait.
doesn't have it memorized?
How does it start?
You don't have the number memorized?
1004. Hey, pregnancy brain. You
Oh,
better give me a
goodness
pass.
gracious.
Just give me the first number. With the
My wife
281.
loves that song.
Is it
by the way.
281? Yes, you just
That's
said
still
that.
the
Yeah, she works
Is it
out to that song.
281?
281-330-8000. Mike Jones up on below, because Mike Jones about to blow before the ice was in my grip.
Okay, thank you.
She only put the 180.
It's 2-8. That's completely wrong, Amber. I'm sorry.
Not 180. It's
That's all he remembers.
That's all I remember. See, I tried to tell you.
281-330-8000.
It's not as big as you see.
No, I thought everybody had it memorized.
Random. Did anybody try to call it? I'm just curious.
Amber, go back to the song and then come back to me with the number.
And I think
just tell
if you call it now, it's like disconnected. Something like that.
Back then, then it wasn't like a
I don't want
message or
nobody
something.
calling
Mike
me.
Jones.
Was it a
I
voicemail
don't
back
know.
then?
I don't
Probably.
know.
He might have called and left a voicemail.
I think it was like he got bombarded with it.
Yeah.
It's like, damn, never mind.
Got it wrong. Yeah, sorry, Amber. But Twila, I don't know if you gave your fully your point.
No, I
but-
kind of answered it like going along with what you guys
okay.
were saying, because I agree with Joe. It can be private, but then I agree with you. You can't call yourself an artist unless you make it public. You know what I mean? So, because I'm just like Joe. I have songs that I have created that no one has ever even heard. That even my wife hasn't, and she hears everything. And I haven't
gonna be like,
showed
"What?"
anybody these songs, right? And like Joe, like some of them are trash, some of them are okay, but I just haven't put them out because I feel like it just wasn't time. You know what I mean? A lot of them I'm sitting on the stems. I have it all tracked out. I just haven't.
But
got
what is it
made.
based on? It's not
You know?
time. When you guys say that, what
Like
do you mean?
it doesn't feel like it's time.
It
You know
doesn't
what
feel
I
like
mean?
And that's not based on what's out.
No,
just
it's not. It's
on
not
you
based.
saying-
Yeah, exactly. It's
Yeah.
based on the internal. You know what I mean?
Is
If
that
I
you think
feel-
that has some form of anxiety attached to it?
Some form of like as in what?
Scared of
Like
The
not being received well, or
possibly. Let me see. Let me think. I never really pondered that. Not put it out.
Man.
Because I mean, if it's great,
I just go
does
off
it
of-
really matter when?
I just go off of my intuition. Like if it feels right to put it out, I'll put it out. If it doesn't
if you're
feel
so-
right, I won't.
But okay, going back to the art thing, I
Yeah.
think you could be so passionate about something that you've made that you think it's just great, but you're scared of the reception of it, and
Well,
so that might hold you back from.
I will say this: if I
'Cause if
think
it's
it's
great,
great, if I
it
think it's
shouldn't
great,
matter, right?
I put it out.
Okay.
Here's the thing: if I think it's
So do you not
great,
think
I
it's
put
great?
it out. If I don't think it's great, or the ones that I haven't put out, I don't think are great.
Okay,
You know
but
what
so
I mean?
I'm arguing, I'm challenging Joe about
Yeah.
my song. Then you think it's great, but you keep saying it's not the right time. Why?
Because I'm a perfectionist and nothing I've made matches to the level of that
The
song.
caliber. So you
The
feel like
caliber
that?
of song.
That's like your,
That's
you
like
know,
that-
Mona Lisa,
That to
and
me,
you don't have
yeah.
no paintings
Yeah,
that
I have no
could go in the
paintings,
same
yeah, that could
exhibit
go in
and
the
even
same-
touch that.
So you're saying that that's the greatest song you ever made?
Yeah.
Is that okay? So it's the greatest song you've ever made,
Like it's not the greatest song like lyrically, like at all.
just overall.
But overall, like because I put way more emotion into that song than
Well, it's
any
about
other
me, of
song.
course.
It was like real. It's a lot. It feel even though all my songs are genuine, it just some of those songs that I write like
your very vulnerable place, like
Yeah.
raw.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it's raw and uncut. So the only other song that even comes close
The one
that
about your
matches
mom?
that is the one about my mom.
And that one's
But
already
that
out.
was my first album though, so I just like, and the whole album was about my mom,
Okay.
so that's why I put that out.
Okay, I
This
see that.
song, there was like all the albums I've made so far, nothing on the track, nothing on the
As far
track
as like
list
concepts,
yeah
matches that concept.
matches that
Okay,
matches that
I see.
feel.
Right.
And
Okay.
I wanted to have something else with that particular art lane.
Right.
And so I'm thinking of an album that I want to do. It's just I don't have the capital yet to do it.
Okay.
That I believe that should be on.
Okay.
And it's gonna be weird because that song, even though not many people have heard it, but I'm going
We
to
played it at our wedding.
Huh?
We played it at our wedding.
Yeah. I'm definitely I want to recreate that song and have Lamont Star redo it and actually have it like really mix and master because the song's not even mixed and mastered.
Okay.
It's just like a small mix to it just so I can, I had to play for her.
Right.
So I know that it could even be greater than what it is already.
Because the reason why I asked that, and not that I don't like steak, but okay, people say steak is like the greatest whatever.
Okay.
Does it matter if it's next to fries or if it's steak? You know what I'm saying?
Like, yes.
a steak is a steak. You know what I mean? If I can't think of a good example right now.
So you're
because
saying,
I'm
like,
just
if it's so
hungry.
great, you could eat it by itself?
Or it doesn't matter what other songs, using that example, or with
sides
it,
are around
it's
it.
still gonna be great. And it doesn't matter when you put it out if it's just that great. This is what I'm thinking.
Right. I mean, if it's that great, it doesn't matter
Yeah.
when, where.
That's
you
what I'm
put it out.
challenging
Yeah.
on what
I
he's
see.
saying.
I see.
Yeah, but for me, I think I have a different perspective on
Right,
it.
right.
I want something.
He wants to
match-
release
I
it with
want to
other
release
things.
it with other
Yeah.
things.
Do you think that would saturate?
Like, no, it would to me. Like for instance, like Good Kid, Mad City. That whole album from front to back is a feel. It's a vibe. It has so
There's
many
songs I
things.
skip, but yeah.
Barely.
Barely.
Any songs
Right.
you would skip.
And it's just sometimes I just gotta be in the mood for.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Exactly.
I just
But that
wanted
whole,
mood
to
for
me,
it.
that whole
That's
album you have to be in
that's
the
one of my
mood
favorite
Right,
hip hop
right.
albums of all time.
That
Period.
whole album,
But-
you have to be in the mood for that album.
No, I can play that anytime. To be honest, I don't care. That's one of my
Right,
favorite
right.
you
hip hop
haven't
albums.
played it.
Right.
Like so, to me, it's like there's like Lupe Fiasco is also a person like that, where his very first album, Food and Liquor, a lot of people think that that's like a classic album, it's a
masterpiece.
masterpiece, and you can see the front to back things. You can hear like from front to back the emotion and feel is all the same throughout the whole entire album.
Right.
Like
So you want to create something like that, and you think
yeah,
that song would be a
song
vital piece in
needs
it.
to be on a classic
Yeah.
album like that.
But in the meantime, you're holding on to something that
Hey.
you say, okay, I'm just saying.
What's old to me
Public
is new to
comes
everybody.
Yeah, for real.
True. I mean, nobody
For
really
real.
knows about it. Yeah.
Exactly.
But okay.
Yeah.
I had to challenge you guys because you guys are the
I appreciate
relative artists here.
Yeah.
Relative artist, what does that mean?
I don't know. you are the artists. No, you guys are the artists and you call yourself artists, so I had to challenge you.
Yeah. You can't call
Artist.
yourself an artist if you don't show people your art.
There you go.
There it is.
It's
I
not
agree.
in public. You
I
could be
agree
a
with
secret artist, I guess, like
There it
Secret
is.
Squirrel, you know. You want to be a
But
secret
nobody will ever know. Nobody will ever know. Well, what do you guys think? Can art just be made for you? Can you be an artist and never show anybody, or does it have to be made for public consumption? So drop your comments below. We'd love to talk to you guys about that. And now we'll hop into our next segment, which is Today I Learned.
Yes, I love this one. We like to learn some stuff.
Yeah, learn you something today,
Yes,
guys.
sir. So let me go ahead and do this. Today I learned when a female porcupine is ready to mate, she climbs a tree and vocalizes loudly like a cat. This mating call attracts the males, which then fight brutally with each other. Wow. It's not unusual to see a winning mating male with 100 or so quills of rival males, tails stuck in its face. Oh, so like the little, wow.
What's a quill? Oh, like the little spikes on
yeah,
porcupines?
Yeah.
Hold on, but it said it vocalizes like a cat. Like it sounds like a cat. Like, do we got a porcupine meowing? Do we have footage of that? Like what? I want to see a porcupine meowing. Like that's.
Porcupine mate call. That's
Let's hear it. I don't know if you guys can hear it, but we're gonna listen to it on our end. Ah,
Well, she's being poked with a stick.
yeah, she's not.
He's
That's
like, what
not
the
a
hell are you
mating
doing?
call.
That's not a mating call.
Yeah. No, but apparently porcupines sound like cats when they're on their mating call. When I hear cats mating, it sounds terrible.
They actually have a video. All right.
And I think we can go to the next Today I Learned.
All right, today I learned about Joe Quaid, whose testicle ruptured exploded during a hurling game in 1997.
What's hurling?
That's what I was gonna say, hurling. Can we look that up real quick, Jesse? I think I know what it is. It's like it's an Olympic game, right? Is that the one with the like
I thought it was
lacrosse?
something with track. Look, I was
Oh,
all
okay.
wrong.
All right,
Yeah,
so my
that's
man.
Hurling.
All right, my man was playing hurling, and his right testicle exploded on impact, while half of the other testicle had to be surgically. My man's lost his nuts. Is that what I got out of this?
That's what happened.
His right testicle exploded on impact, while half
shit-
of the
the
other
shit
testicle
popped
had to
like a
be
balloon.
surgically removed.
How does that-
Have you
Yeah.
footage of this? I don't want to see it if we do.
So this reminds me of something that luckily I was not there for, but this happened to one of my friends skateboarding, where he did a trick off of a staircase at a school here in Bakersfield. And you know how you can land with the board straight up? I guess he landed all the way off that, and his nutsack ripped open, and he had his testicles hanging out of his sack.
Oh goodness,
This
that
is
is
what I heard.
terrible.
And if that is true, my man, I'm sorry. At least
Hold
this
on.
didn't happen. Yeah, both of them.
Oh, wait, hold on. So are your testicles not held by like something?
Yeah.
Like some sort of okay, so they're just like
He's saying the skin
They're
ripped
dangling.
open.
they're just dangling
Yeah.
down there with no skin. Oh, goodness gracious.
Why?
Yeah, the-
He saved his nuts though, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, my man saved his nuts. I hope Joe well no, he had both of them removed, right?
Yeah.
Well, it's not like he has
gracious.
half of one.
No, he had
No,
the other half surgically removed.
Oh.
And if the other one exploded, it's
a wrap.
done.
No, it says half of the other testicle.
Had to
So only
be
half of
surgically
it-
removed.
Here's half a ball.
That's what it says. He has half left. Of
Okay.
Look,
Half of one ball.
his right testicle exploded on impact.
I think it
Wow,
depends on how
half.
you read it.
of the other.
Of the
So you have a
other.
left and a right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Half of one of them is still there.
Yes, the right one exploded, so that one's gone. Right one
I think
exploded.
it
Half
depends
of
on
the
how you
left-
read it.
Okay,
'cause,
it's to me and Jesse are getting half of
yeah,
the left is still there.
like
So it's half a ball.
he
Yes.
had half, but but you could also imply that it's saying like, oh, he only had half, and then that half had to
I
be
get what
removed.
you're saying.
Right, but
But the way-
I agree
yeah.
with you.
Oh,
guys.
his right.
I,
Oh,
yeah,
I get it.
think
I
man's
get it
has
now.
half a nut left.
Yeah.
Get it. Yeah.
'Cause it says
So he
half
has
of the
one-
other.
He has his
Yeah, so his left one is
He
only
was
half.
Yeah.
playing with an exploded testicle. Oh goodness gracious! Half. My goodness.
Here's interview about it.
Yeah,
All
we're good.
right, there's
you
a whole
know?
interview about it. Joe Quaid, shout out to you, my man.
I'm sorry, my brother. Man.
Yeah, dude.
That makes me hurt talking about it, man.
Taylor and the Boss reached the #1 Billboard Club Song chart with 4 separate versions in 1979, 1997, 2008, and 2019.
Anyone know what the
The
hell the song is?
Boss. What song is that? We are too young.
They came out 2 years ago, though 3 years ago.
Yeah, the remix, the Boss song. Is it Diana Ross? You probably might not find it on YouTube due to copyright.
Unless it is the Diana Ross
That would
one.
be Diana Ross, right?
Yeah, that sounds about 1979-ish. Oh, it's a good song.
Yeah,
I've heard this song, but I don't think it's Diana Ross like that. Okay.
I want to say I heard it. But shit, I mean, that's how you
there's
can
another
chart, make a classic song, and then every decade drop a remix to it.
Man.
You know what I mean? I'm about to remix something from my first project.
Facts.
See
I mean,
how
ain't
it
that,
does.
ain't that what they do with movies? They just make sequels of
Yeah,
a
just
movie
rehash
from-
it. Oh my god, that's the worst.
If they make another Fast and Furious, Vin Diesel gonna be
Is it me?
slow and
Yeah, it's on you,
happy.
Phil.
or something.
Today I learned Blink 182 drummer Travis Barker always had a fear of dying in a plane crash. The band released an album in 2001 where each band member was given a symbol on the cover that represented him. He was given a plane and spite begging against it. 7 years later, he almost died in a plane crash.
Poor Travis Barker.
Wow.
I loved Blink 182.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
that,
I think I remember that when they were in that plane crash. But didn't one of the band members die in a plane crash though?
I
someone
don't.
did,
I
not
think
him.
so, but I don't know.
Yeah, one of the band members did die from Blink 182. Wasn't Travis?
Crazy with UFOs.
Yeah, there's this guy that's into UFOs and stuff. I forget his name. There's Travis Barker. Then I think the third one passed away. But I'm not sure if it was in the same plane crash or what.
Four of the 6 people.
died.
Dang.
Wow.
DJ AM. That's the one that passed away, I think.
No, it says they
No?
were critically
He was
injured.
critically injured?
Those were the 2 that survived.
Oh, okay. Those two survived.
There's only 2 survivors.
So
out
there
of
was
the-
6 members of Blink 182, and
That's the dude that
Only 2
married
of them survived.
Courtney, right?
Is that what I'm
Was it?
correct?
I think that they're just passing.
What?
Oh,
sure if
okay.
they were members.
Oh, okay.
I
Got it.
was like, Kim dating Pete Davidson. I'm so tired of hearing about
When
them.
people look the same with it.
I know they. Yeah.
But that's a lot like Richie Valens, who had a fear of dying in a plane crash and actually died in a plane crash. You guys know who
So
he
it was a
is?
premonition, no.
From La Bamba?
yeah.
Like there's a whole movie about him. Like dude
Wow.
was 17, like popping, and always had a fear of dying in a plane crash. And they flipped a coin. It was between him and another guy to see who would ride inside a plane. And Richie won the coin toss. So he rode in the plane, and that plane crashed, and he died.
Man, everybody's like Tupac in it, man. Just predicting his own death.
Yeah, like what I said, it's a
Premonition.
Yeah, premonition. Yeah, like maybe it's like this is how you're gonna pass, son. So make the best of your life while you're here.
Man, that's
You
crazy.
try to avoid it, and it's like one day.
Where you going? What's up?
Today I learned that while on the Never Let Me Go tour in Miami, Luther Vandross called the police on En Vogue. What? For walking past his dressing room on the. Really, Luther? On
Wow.
his way to the stage. On the way to
Okay,
the
I need to
stage.
slap Luther Vandross.
He's dead.
I
Rest in
know.
peace.
Oh, he
I
passed
will
away.
bring him back to
Yeah,
life
wow.
and
They
slap
weren't allowed to wear red. They
go
weren't
there.
allowed to wear anything shiny, but they could not pass the dressing.
They couldn't pass Luther Vandross's dressing room, so he called the police.
He hated it.
For
Wow.
En
En
Vogue.
En
Vogue.
Vogue sounds spicy. Was this?
They're one of the greatest,
one of the greatest-
R&B
Yeah.
female groups of all time.
Oh, it's females.
Yeah,
Oh,
They
okay.
can sing their asses off.
And
my
they couldn't.
gosh.
And he called the police because they passed his dressing
Yeah.
room. Why?
Where were they
Like,
supposed to go? Like
Was
crawl
it-
on the ceiling? I don't
They take
understand.
golf carts around the long way to get to the stage.
was it
I would
like
have quit that tour.
superstition
I
kind
wouldn't
of
have
thing?
been on that tour.
No, he just
Oh.
hated it.
He just hated En Vogue.
So why did he agree to do the tour then?
Yeah, that's
Money.
money talks, I guess. Damn.
Luther Vandross is rich, and I'm pretty sure whenever this tour happened, he had enough money. He didn't have to do the tour. If he
Is it
didn't
ever
really
enough
want
to?
Yeah, it could be.
And Vogue was probably just being petty. He was like,
I would have.
like-
Yeah, I
Probably
would.
strutted right past it, like flicked their
With some red shiny stuff on.
like moonwalk, passes, pointed at him,
Right.
kept going.
I would have been. That would have been me. I'd have been petty.
Man.
Today I learned about Alexis St. Martin, who, after not properly healing after being shot in the stomach, was used in experiments for 12 years as doctors could view his digestion in real time through his wound. He lived another 58 years.
Wow.
Why does that just make my stomach turn?
Oh. I hope they were paying her. I'm sure they were. I hope so. I mean,
Sound like some type of like superhero that got glass right here where the stomach is. I don't know. It
just
sounds
display your intestines after not healing after being
like,
shot.
dang, you constipated. You might want to.
Damn. You might want to clean that. Right?
You might want to take something. You know, it looked like you. This whole area looked a little dark.
At least it worked at like his digestive system, because there's some people where they gotta like shit in the bag. You know what I mean? Have you guys heard
Oh,
like,
yeah,
what's that called? They gotta put the bag to their
Colostomy bag.
intestines. Yeah, like because their digestive system don't work right. Oh my goodness, I feel bad for those people.
Well, that's it for today. I
That was a
learned.
good one, guys. We learned a lot of good things. You know, you learn something, you read about it, do
I
your
didn't know you could
research
live
on
with
it.
half of a nut.
Yeah, my
But
man
alright.
has half a testicle. I'm grateful for both
Do you still
of
have
mine.
kids? Just curious.
Hey,
I
who
don't
knows?
know.
All right, well,
Go on to the next segment.
let's go to the next segment. The next segment is Creative of the Week. So this is going to be different for y'all because this is another one that is real different. It's like the hardcore rock type of situation. My boy Louis, somebody I skated
yeah,
with.
you mentioned this last time.
Yeah, somebody I skated with back in the day. He has a band.
Louis. I work with him.
He
so.
actually works where she works. Has a band called what is it
You
called?
always do this.
Dare King, right?
Joe, I need you to be more prepared when you're announcing this.
Hey, hey, don't get hey.
it's the creative of
King.
the
It's
week.
Bear King. I'm sorry. It's Bear King. So he has a band called Bear King, and this is gonna be one of his songs, one of their songs that they just put out like 2 weeks ago. So I hope you guys enjoy it. Let me know if you enjoy it. Comment down below and let us know if they did the damn thing.
Run it.
Welcome back, everybody. That was Bear King, Defeatist. Yeah,
Jesse, I think
it was
what I
heavy
think-
metal right there. How do you guys
It's
think
hard
about
for me
it?
to appreciate heavy metal only because I like music for the message and I have no clue what they're saying.
Same.
So for me, that's the hard part. Like I like rock that I can hear.
Right. You can
but-
understand and
Yeah, because I was just asking them, and Louis, you know I love you, so I don't want you to take this any kind of way, but like, is there lyrics? And I guess there is.
actual
but,
words.
I mean, for me, you get away with just saying anything, and I
Yeah.
was like, oh, it's
Same.
still-
I wouldn't know any difference.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
Yeah.
So at the instrumentation of it all, though, I did like the instrumentation
gonna say,
a lot.
With heavy metal stuff like that, I love the instrumentation. It sounds dope. Like it was building up cool, then the dude started singing, and it just like it just turned me off. I like you saying, I'm just not a fan of the vocals in heavy metal.
Well, unlike them, I actually like this type of music, so it's pretty dope to me. I do know, obviously, they're saying real words. I didn't get to catch every single thing they were saying because I would have to re-listen to it back. But that was Bear King Defeatist. My suggestion to anybody that does heavy metal is put subtitles and put your lyrics in.
Subtitles.
They ain't gonna do that because they have a whole group of people that like that. I mean, I guess, and then you could also
but
say,
look, like there's
Subtitles
people,
wouldn't hurt though.
no.
there's people that are interested in getting into that type of music because they want to expand their palette of music, but it's hard, like you said, it's hard to hear them, so you don't even know what they're saying. So
And
it-
you know
it
what?
would-
And
it
I've
would
heard people
help.
say,
It would help.
I've heard people say the same thing about fast rap. You know what I mean?
Yes, they do the same thing with fast
Yeah.
rap because there's literally people that like
At least I can hear that there's
Twista.
words being said.
Twista,
But even with Twista, I
Tech
know
Nine.
he's saying words.
Tech Nine, and all of
You-
you know there's
Whether I
Well,
Satan or something?
well, you know
I don't know. Do you know? If you know,
what are we talking about? You said Twista?
I said at least I know he's saying words. I
Right.
don't know what they're saying.
No, you know what's funny about that? I was scrolling through Reddit and I was watching it on mute, and the title was "White Guy Raps Fast" or "Nerd White Guy Raps Fast" or whatever. And I was reading the lyrics, and it sounded like what he was saying was dope. And I was like, oh, I got to listen to this once I'm off work. So then I listened to it when I'm off work, and I didn't like how it sounded. Like I enjoyed it more when I was reading it than listening to it.
Dang. So he didn't execute the lyrics.
Like, no, like his flow didn't sound good to me, but the lyrics were dope. You know what I mean?
that happens too. That happens a lot too. Because there's people that like literally do like reaction videos where like, you know, their brother or somebody like introduces to their other brother or friend for
Right.
the first time this type of music. And a lot of the time they'll have to have the lyrics up on the side so they can get what's going on.
Right,
and
right.
then they actually go over the lyrics as it's playing.
Okay.
So like that's a good way to introduce that type
Yeah.
of music to somebody that.
For sure.
I mean, you have to do that to me
understand.
with the double, triple entendres and stuff.
Which I do for her all the
Yeah,
time.
with rap. Sometimes I'm like, he'd be watching rap battles. He'd be like, "Did you get that? Huh? I heard him say something about Mary something. I
I heard
don't know."
words.
He'd be like, "Oh, it meant this, this, and this." Oh, you're gonna talk about that Contra?
Yeah, Coast Contra. My favorite line in that whole entire situation. Shout out to Coast Contra. There's 2 people on there. There's 4 members.
Have you heard
The 2
of
people on there are twins.
Okay.
And they have this freestyle called the Never Freestyle. And one of my favorite freaking parts of that thing, he says, "I walk in truth. My fear branched off the noose. My eardrums request love from the roots." And I tried to ask her, you know, did she understand?
Jesse got it.
Exactly. And do you get it? It's really,
Yeah.
really deep meaning. So like, you know, he walks in truth. His fear of the world comes from the
Lynchings.
history of Black history
The
and
hangings.
his, you know, being hung and everything like that, being treated really bad. But then you also have my eardrums request love from the roots because Questlove
Yeah.
is the drummer from the roots.
Roots, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Exactly.
that's the line that stood out to me the most. Like that was the most like
Yeah. He's like,
was the best line in there.
Yeah, exactly. And then he says nothing. And then right after that, he says, "Make your whole family tree salute." And it's like a whole tree scheme that he did. And I was just
Yeah.
like, shit blew my mind. So shout out to Coast Contra, dope people. Shout out to Bear King and their song "Defeatist." You guys
like
can
the
go on
music
YouTube and
in the
watch
background.
it for
the
yourself.
instrumentation.
Instrumentation
So Louis
is
did his thing. Shout out Louis.
dope. Yeah, shout out Louis. That's
You
my
played
boy.
that guitar, Louis.
Yeah.
All
So
right,
we
guys.
getting out this thing?
Yeah, man, we're gonna go ahead and wrap it up, guys. Make sure you like, share, subscribe.
Happy birthday, Swayla.
Oh yeah.
Happy
You're watching
birthday,
it
my boy
live. I
Suelo.
appreciate it.
Is it 30? You officially 30 now?
Yeah, 3-0. The dirty
So-
30, as they say.
Give him some birthday shout outs in there. He'll put his cash app, you know, if you want to.
30.
Put his cash app if you want to tip him, you know.
Yeah, the cash app, Swello Sage. Get at me, young Swello. Drop the comments below. Let's talk, guys. And until then, we'll see you guys next week.
Deuces.
OMG. Where we keep going cause the party don't stop. We turn up, doing our thing, just living our lives, and we don't stop. Open mind group so you know we won't flop. We